Welcome to your Excel tutorial. Today we are going to talk about data cleaning and how to manipulate data in Excel. So this is the spreadsheet. So first let's take a look at, we have our first name here and we have our last name here. Now to merge these two names together, we can use concatenate or we use text join. It depends on your choice. So we can use concatenate to merge two columns together, or we use text join. Okay, let's try both and see how it works. So right now I'm going to create a column. So Ctrl+Shift+. Okay. So I have my column here. So now let's start with concatenate. So we are going to use is equals to concatenate. So we have it here. And then first we have to choose our first column, which is B5. Okay, B5. And we give it a comma. And we open a double quote, space, double quote. We give it a comma. And then we choose our last name column. So this is it. And we close the bracket. So now let's execute it. So now we have our names together. Let me expand this. So this is it. This is how it works. So now we have Sweetwater Alex. Let's click it down. So this is it. So this is how it works. Okay, now let's talk about, we can name this full name. Full name. Okay, perfect. Now let's create another column. Ctrl+Shift+. Okay, now let's use text join. Now to use text join, we use our equals to, then text join. Okay, now we open our double quotes, space, double quotes. Now we give it a comma twice. Okay, now we select our two columns, that's B5 and C5. So this is it. That's it. And we close the bracket. That's it. So let's execute it. So that's it. That's how it works. So we can give this full name too. So this is how we can use concatenate to merge two columns together, or we use text join. Now, one of the cool things about text join is when I click on the name, now I move to my formula bar. In between the column, I can put a delimiter, maybe a column. In between the quote, I can put a column. And what that means is when I execute it, there's going to be a column in between the name. Now let's do that. Do you see that? So now we have Sweetwater column Alex. You know, so that's one of the cool things about text join. And we can put an hyphen. So now let's execute it. Okay, so this is it. So wow, so this is how to merge two names together using concatenate or text join. Have you ever want to generate a random list of number? Like you have a spreadsheet and you needed random number of different lists. Okay, now there's something we call round array. Okay, what we use it for is to generate random list of number. I know you haven't heard of that. Okay, now let's do it. So the first thing you do is to type your equals to, then you type round array. This is it over here. Now you double click on it and it gives you option. Now the first option is how many numbers of row do you want? I want 20. Then you give it a comma. The next option is how many number of column do you want? I want 5. Then you give it comma. Now the next stage is from what range to what range? Okay, I want from 1, comma, then to what? 100, comma. Now the next stage is the number of lists you want. Do you want them in decimal or a whole number called an integer? So I want it in integer. Then you double click on it and you close the bracket. Magic. Then you press enter. Just take a look at it. I told you we have a lot of hacking tools you can use to make your job smooth and fast. So now we just generate a random list of number using rand array. So this is how it works. Let's talk about aggregate function. Aggregate function is especially useful in complex spreadsheets where data might be hidden or contain error. Okay, so talking about aggregates, we use aggregates to do calculation of our sum, maximum, minimum. We use aggregate for our counts and for our average. So right now I have a report of Dangote, and then we have the product, the price, the location, and the rank. If I'm to get the average of the price of this report, I can start with my equals to average. Then I have to select the cell, the range of this cell, and then close the bracket, then enter. Now you notice I have an error. Why? Because when you look at my C5, which is this row, there is an error there. So with this error, I can't get my average, my total average, I can't get it. So that is where aggregate function comes in. Okay, let's try sum and see how it works. Is equals to sum, okay, and let me select the range. Okay, and close it. What do we have? The same error. So that is where aggregate comes in. So aggregate function on its own, it excludes the error and give you the average or the sum that you are looking for. And remember, Excel has over 470 formulas, okay? Yes, that's right. So now how do we resolve these kind of issues? First, let's start with aggregate function. That is the magic key right now. So is equals to aggregate, okay? We have to select it. Now, the first option is what exactly do we want to do, okay? Which functions do we want to apply? So we have average, we have count, we have maximum, we have... So now we are focusing on the average, so we have to press number 1, which is average. And remember, this function has about 19, okay, in this list. Okay, let's start with number 1, which is the average, okay? Then you give it comma. Now, what is the next step? The next step is, what do you want to ignore? Is there any error? Is there any options you feel like can fit into this? And there is, because we have an error in my C5, okay? So I have to come down here and select number 6, which is ignore error value, okay? This is it. Ignore error value. So all I have to do is to press number 6 and give it a comma. Okay, now if that is done, the next stage now is for me to select the range of the cell I'm calculating my average for. Okay, so now I have to come over here, drag it down, and what next? I have to close the bracket. Now let's execute it. Perfect. That is it. So the total average for my price is 3.06. Okay, now let's talk about sum. Okay, let's work on sum. Now to do that, we start with what is equals to aggregate, the same process. Okay, now let's talk about the function number. So it's going to be number 9. Okay, now remember, The powerful function of this aggregate is that it can give you what you want, including the errors. It excludes the error out of it and gives you your total average or your total sum. Okay, so right now we are selecting number 9, which is the function we want to use, which is sum. Okay, 9, then we give it a comma. Now, what is the next step? The next step is, okay, in these cells, do you have any errors or options you feel like it fit into this list? Yes, we have, which is number 6. Ignore error value. And I told you that we have an error in my C5. Okay, so we choose number 6, right? Then we give it comma. Now, the next one is to select our array. So we need to select the range of what we want the sum for. So we go up, drag it down, then close the bracket, then execute. Perfect. So we have 24.51 as our total sum. So using aggregate function is one of the hacking tools you can use. Now imagine you have like thousands of cells with values and you have a lot of errors like this. You can keep doing it one after the other, but using aggregates, it gives you option to ignore the error and give you the total sum on or average of what you want. Okay, so that's it. Let's talk about clipboard. This is one of the hacking tools you can use because it stores information. When you copy or you paste or you cut, it's stored into clipboard. So which means you have access to bring back those information. So now to get to your clipboard, you have to go to your home from your ribbon bar and then you click on this. So it shows this. So now as you can see, I have a lot of information I've copied and pasted. So first let me clear all this. So now let me give you an instance. Okay, now I click on copy. I come over here. Again, I click on copy. I come over here, copy. So I'm selecting the information I want to copy. So this helps a lot because I don't have to start pasting one after the other. So all I have to do is to click on my cell and click on what? Paste all. So what clipboard does is that it gives you room to select some specific information you want to paste at once. And it stores most of your copy and cut, so you have it here. You can go back, check it, and then paste it. So these are some tools you can use to make some magic while you are working. So clipboard is very, very important. So it's one of the tools I love using, especially when I have so many big numbers and then long numbers. So all I have to do is just to select the ones I need and then open my clipboard, then paste it. So it's faster than you pasting one after the other. So that is clipboard. Now let's talk about hiding your sheet. Okay? Hiding your spreadsheet. How do you do that? How can you hide your job? How can you hide your spreadsheet? How can you hide your record? All this, how can you do that in Excel? We have various ways you can hide your spreadsheet. For example, I have sheet 1. Then I have this called the billionaire statistic data set. So let's assume I want to hide this billionaire statistic data set. So how do you hide it? Among all the options we have, I'm going to show you one of the best that won't be obvious. You don't need to hide it. You just have to do what? To keep it up the page. So now, let's get to it. So first, you have to go to your developer. Now, this is your developer. The next thing you have to do is to go to where we call your virtual basic. Okay? Now, when you get here, you have two options. You have your project and you have your property. So first, you have to select the sheet you want to hide. So I'm hiding the billionaire statistic data set. Fine. Now I have to go to my visibility. That's where the property is. Now I have to choose what we call very hidden. Okay, so this is it. That's the third one. So just click on it and that's all. So the next thing I have to do is to click on what? Close. Done. As you can see, it's not here. The only information you can see here is sheet 1. So in a situation where you have like 10 sheets, okay, and you needed to hide some for security reason, or there are some information you felt is not for public domain, so this is the best way to do that. So there is no way you can get information from here, and there's no way you can know that something is hidden. So, but when you want to retrieve it back, you have to pass through the same process. So just go to a virtual basic. You have to click on your billionaire, okay? Then you come back here, and then you click on what? Visible, and that's all. So now you have it here. So this is how it works. So this is a very cool tool you can use to hide your sheet, as many as you want. Now let's talk about group data, okay? Now group data, we use group data to work on large spreadsheets, and you need to collapse columns so you can have space to work with some other columns. In summary, we use group data to collapse or hide some columns so we can have access to some others column. Okay, so group data is one of the hacking magic tools in Excel that if you use it right, you can get a kind of cool results. Okay, so now what we need to do right now, we have this database spreadsheet here, and then as you can see, this has already taken up the whole space. Okay, we don't have any other space to work. Like, is so much. So what we need to do right now is to collapse some of this information. So now that is where group data comes in. So the first thing to do is to highlight the columns we want to collapse. So I'm going to highlight from my I column to M, and then click on my data from my ribbon table, then click on group. Okay, so what this does right now, as you can see, it collapses the column. So now the column is no longer here, but if you want to check it out, you have to click on this button and it expands it again. So group data is a very cool tool you can use as much as you want. And then, okay, you can collapse as much as you want to collapse. Okay, for example, let me collapse from column 0 to R, and then, okay, let's group it. You see that? So I can just collapse this, okay, and collapse this. Now I have enough space to work or to type some other information. So we have this sign here. You can click on it. It enables the information, and you can click on the other one too. It enables the other information too. So lastly, let me collapse towards the end. Let me collapse like my T to my, okay, yep, this is okay. Now let me collapse it. Perfect. So now, as you can see, that's it. So all these files, information, I've already collapsed them, but I have a button on top that can enable and show all the information from each of the columns. So, and there's another button here. We have, when you click on it, what it does is that it shows you all the information you collapse. Okay? So when you click on it, it shows everything at once. But you can collapse it one after the other, one after the other, then one after the other. So collapse is one of those hacking tools you can use when you have a kind of a spreadsheet that contains so much information, and then you need to create space so it can work. So when you are done, you can enable it. So that's how collapse works. Please kindly subscribe, like, and share for more videos. Thank you.